Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So here I am to present more details about the Azure and Azure services. So today we are going to talk about how the resources are being deployed, what is the starting point of the Azure services that we deploy and provision, as well as we'll also talk about the Azure ARM, Resource Manager. As I already mentioned in my previous video about the Resource Manager, we'll also talk about the storage account and its types and services. So we'll talk about it later on. So let's begin with um, our Azure journey. So now, whatever services that I've shown you previously on the portal in my previous videos, I've shown all these services that are a part of Azure and are being divided in several category or the modules. So all these services are being deployed by having the landing zone. So whenever these services are deployed, we need three important features to have in order to deploy them. So to begin with, the very first thing that is required is Azure subscription. Okay, so once the subscription is deployed, we have to create a resource group, and every resources will be a part of resource group only. Without resource group, no resources can be deployed, and resources can be anything. It can be virtual machine, it can be storage, it can be any compute services, AKS clusters, static apps, web apps, function apps, etc. So every resource that needs to be deployed will be deployed in the resource group, and the resource group will be a part of subscription itself, and user can create multiple resources within the resource group, but the subscription can be single. We can have multiple subscription as per our usage or whatever the requirements of the project is, but one subscription can have multiple resource group, and one resource group can have a multiple resources. Okay, so I hope that is clear with everyone. If you have any doubts, you can post in description box. I will definitely try to answer them. Okay, so now we'll also study about the ARM, as I've already shown you yesterday on the in one of my video what the resource manager is. So the resource manager is the actual deployment and the management services for Azure resources. So whatever the Azure resources that are being deployed, I told you that their maintenance on everything is managed by Azure. Okay, so it's not none other than the ARM, which is managing all the services and the Azure resources in the backend. So using this server, user can create, update, and delete resources in the Azure subscription with the help of this. And it also helps us within the feature like access control. We can do tagging to secure all the resources after it is being deployed. Okay, so we'll study about the access control, how audits are being done, how we are deleting resources, how we'll tag the resources, what is the use of them. We'll be studying about them in a future classes. So I hope that ARM and the requirement of the subscription, or you can say the landing zone that I have mentioned, is all clear to you guys.